name's Greg Gebhart and I'm the Senior Education Trainer for the Office of the Children's eSafety Commissioner. So with cyberbullying, the research that has come out for the last 2 to 3 years indicates that about 1 in 5 children from the ages of 8 to 17 have been cyberbullied, which is 20%. It's a fairly big figure when we come across the issues that relate to young children, and that's one of the reasons why the Office of the Children's eSafety Commissioner has focused on cyberbullying, because it's probably the more common thing of all the cyber issues that parents, young people and particularly schools have to deal with. And there, as far as the perpetrators, we don't have clear research on that at the moment on the amount of children and they're doing that, but I certainly think if we've got 20% of children being cyberbullied, there has to be a lot of children out there bullying, and that's an interesting one because schools and communities have to both working with children who have been targeted, but also working on children who decide that they're going to get involved in the bullying. I think some of the main reasons why children are involved in cyberbullying is they believe they're anonymous, that they're not going to get caught, and certainly going to a website where you can have an anonymous account or setting up a fake profile leads children to think that they can't get caught. But the reality is that there's a digital footprint left on everything you do online, and if the case becomes severe, there's certainly a way to track children down. I guess the other thing is when we're seeing cyberbullying is it has 24/7 implications. So you can cyberbully at any time. We get children being cyberbullied in the middle of the night, when they're at school, when they're involved in sporting events. So the impact on the person who's being targeted is much greater because this is constantly happening. And the other part for young children who are being cyberbullied is often a concern that this is happening and they're regularly checking their devices to see if a new occurrence of the bullying has happened. And in many cases it hasn't, but in their own mind they're probably making the situation worse because they've got this belief that that's being spread all the time. I think being anonymous is one of the big things, but also the fact that so many young people now have technology, and the technology is often in areas which are not supervised by adults. So the fact that we've got phones, we've got tablets and devices sitting in bedrooms, the fact that we have them on the school bus, we have them on trains, transport, we have them walking to school. So the ability to cyberbully now means you can do it at any time, and I think that's facilitated the cyberbullying because previously when it was face-to-face bullying, you had to be in front of the person who you're targeting or the person that was the victim, but now it can happen at any time, and for children there's no way to get away from this when it continues to keep coming. Yeah, probably the most common thing we've been seeing lately is a lot of hate sites set up. So these are social media sites, sometimes anonymous sites where young people go in and target others. There's nasty comments, sometimes pretty disturbing messages portrayed on those particular sites. So that's a fairly common one we've seen. We've also seen a lot of imposter or personation sites where someone's profile has been copied or replicated, and then the person who's the perpetrator will go onto that site and make accusations or claims that is really destroying the fabrication of that young person's network or community of friends online. We've seen videos put online that can be upsetting, disturbing and embarrassing. So things like fight videos that you may have seen on television news reports, which can be also disturbing, because with those things we get large numbers of young people come in and make comments and like the content. So that's really, I guess, for many young people, very upsetting to see that content online. And we've even had inappropriate images being put onto, almost like a blackmail type content for other children. And certainly sometimes the hate messages can sometimes have some type of sexual reference to them as well.